in 1981 when Victor Ortiz, one of the founding teenagers, stood up in front of 300 young people who we had gathered together in East Harlem, as the East Harlem Youth Congress. And he said, "There's a lot of love in the Youth Action Program, and someday we're going to spread it around the world."
I came to YouthBuild because my family was just going through a lot. And I had lost a younger brother to the prison system when I was 19 years old. And that affected me tremendously. And so I decided to change my life around. And that's where one of my friends told me about the YouthBuild program.
In 1979, I believed myself to be an invisible kid walking the streets from public housing on my way to work, feeling like insignificant. No one cares about my existence, and there's probably nothing ahead of me waiting, anything positive whatsoever. But when I arrived at Youth Action, YouthBuild, I was very excited to be part of a group that had a vision.
The original impetus for YouthBuild was about creating a positive force of young leaders emerging from low-income communities, because I'd already been in Harlem and East Harlem for 14 years when I started Youth Action Program, which was the precursor to YouthBuild. And I thought there was a huge energy and intelligence and goodness that was being suppressed.
There was a headline in the Village Voice in the early 1980s that had a picture of Dorothy and said, "A radical faith in young people." And I think that headline really caught it.
I was in New York City in 1992 for the Democratic Convention, and I made a commitment to go up into Harlem to see this program that Dorothy Stoneman had started. I went up there. It was absolutely fascinating. Listening to these kids was revelational. It was just unbelievable to hear the changes this program had made in their lives.
When I first was acknowledged within the program or anywhere in my life was in the YouthBuild program. And you know, I was only in the program for a month, and I remember my principal, he literally told me, like, you know, I want to appreciate this young man. This young man is James Mackey, and never has anyone acknowledged the good things that I've done. When he acknowledged me, that was like the turning point of my life. And that is what I try to instill in every young person or people in general.
That all of these kids, they went to the program and it saved their lives. I met kid after kid for whom this was their first opportunity to make something of themselves, where somebody cared about them, where someone, in fact, one kid said to me, "I never had anybody say I love you in all of my life until I got into YouthBuild." I said, I got to make this a national program. I believe in this thing.
In a way, it's kind of like a family, you know? We have each other's backs no matter what. If we have trouble with something, we help each other, especially when it comes to in-classroom stuff as well. Overall, I'm just glad to be part of YouthBuild, because without YouthBuild, I really wouldn't have a, place to go to.
One of the things that sets YouthBuild apart from any program in this country is the power of love.
What YouthBuild has taught me is to not only learn how to advocate for yourself, which I've been doing my whole life, but how to advocate for other people. And when there's something that's wrong, how to take action and do something about it.
I graduated 20 years ago. I have friends who I call family in the network who are graduates who graduated a year ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 30 years ago. And what's unique is that we feel connected in a way that many other people don't. And I don't feel alone, right? And I think at some point I felt alone. And YouthBuild has given me a network of loving and caring people that I think I'll carry with me for the rest of my life.
There is a false idea in this country that people are poor because they're lazy and want to be dependent. And we came with the language of responsibility and opportunity and taking initiative. And so we got bipartisan support when we made it clear that the young people were going to work hard, they were going to produce something of value to their community and educate themselves. Everybody could unite around that. It was all about opportunities, and opportunities that young people, if they seized the opportunity, they could reclaim their life.
Your ability to gather champions around that mission of growth and extending the resource to many, many communities in the United States, but also around the world, is quite a powerful combination.
And we're so excited that at this point, at our 40-year mark, we have 180,000 graduates. And we envision a world where these 180,000 graduates are working together, building social capital, addressing challenges in their communities, and transforming the world.
We have had very little difficulty from the young people, because when they see love and they see opportunity combined in one place, in a place that's safe and respectful, a transformation happens remarkably quickly. I can't go anywhere in YouthBuild without a young person approaching me and saying, "Thank you for starting YouthBuild. Without YouthBuild, I would probably be dead or in jail. But because of YouthBuild, I'm in college, or I'm in the union, or I own my own home, or I started my own business, or I have started a nonprofit, or I have run for office."
Dorothy Stoneman was really one of my heroes, without any question whatsoever, in all the time I've been in public life. She's the personification of great citizen, and citizen is one of the most important responsibilities any of us have.
Through the power of love and the power of the movement of YouthBuild and what Dorothy did for us, it changed our life. And we was able to move not only our family, but our community, and move a movement. And it was amazing.